What's going on, everyone? Vampyr Gaming here, and today we're going to be talking about the brand new Marco leader revealed for OP08. Marco is a red-blue leader, 4 life, 5,000 power, and he's the White Beard Pirates type. And his ability, a lot of people have been think that he's Sakazuki 2.0, so let's go ahead and talk about it. Is Marco Sakazuki 2.0? So, Marco's ability, and mind you, he does not have 2 free effects like a certain leader who's banned, Sakazuki. So it's Don X1. You have to have 1 Don attached, unlike Sakazuki, which does matter. Activate main once per turn, draw 1 card, then place 1 card from your hand on the top or bottom of your deck. Then go up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 for this turn. So, in essence, it really is. You get to cycle 1 card, and you can place it on the top or bottom, which is very crucial here. And we're going to talk about some synergies in this video as well. And then you give up to one of your opponent's characters minus 2,000 for this turn. So, he's essentially, you can pay Otama without paying Otama and without losing a 2K, which is huge. And of course, has great synergy with red. But now, the biggest thing where Sakazuki thrives is red and blue does not have the synergy that all the other leaders, all those other colors have. Red and blue the cards don't complement each other, but there are some great cards, and we're going to talk about those and how some of these might come into play. So first and foremost, and I think it's got everybody excited the most, if you haven't seen Sanji hit $50, and that's because it has synergy with this deck, which comes out in 6 months. So long way away. But definitely look into possibly getting these. But on play, reveal the top 1 card of your deck. You may put into play up to 1 revealed character with a cost 9 or less, other than Sanji. Then place the remaining cards on the bottom of your deck. So you're guaranteed, because you're not going to play any 10 costs in this deck, so you're guaranteed to hit as long as it isn't an event. But if you're going second on your second turn, and we're also going to take a look at a deck list here, but on your 10 Dawn turn, you can attach 1, draw, place Newgate on the top of your deck, and play Sanji, playing out Newgate. Playing 2 gigantic beaters, and on top of that, you're gaining 2,000 power to your leader, and that same leader can minus something by 2,000, so you could potentially KO a 5k blocker that's standing in your way just for the price of 3 Dawn, which could be absolutely monstrous. So you could potentially have a game finisher of 9, 12, 13, something like that, going for game with Marco's ability. So absolutely monstrous with that. But also you have on red Nami. Nami also searches for this Sanji, which is huge. Could be massively underrated. You also, of course, have just great cards like Sanji's Pilaf. You don't have the yellow abilities to stack it in your life, but drawing 2 cards is always nice, and triggering this and drawing 2 is also very nice. So there is the potential to play cards like that. And then, of course, again, we play Nami. So we have the synergy with just the blue Straw Hat cards that historically aren't searchable in blue. And so you can play Red Rock. Now we're going to go ahead and take a look at a deck profile, a deck that I have built over here on Eggman Events, and we're going to talk about it. So, of course, for Izo for the White Beard Surge, for Makino for the 2K, for Otama for the 2K, but also just that added minus, for Nami, because we can search Sanji, and you're going to notice I'm not playing a lot of blue. Again, they just don't have the synergy. It's just not there. And I'm also not opting to play Pilaf. But you can play Nami. You can search that. You also get access to Jet Pistol. And with your leader ability, Jet Pistol can potentially KO an 8k for 5 Dawn. And you still get like a 6 swing. And you can rearrange your deck however. So a lot of potential there. You could also play Fire Fist. But I don't love that you have to discard another event. And I'm not playing a ton of events. So I'm just opting not to play Fire Fist. But Fire Fist is definitely playable in this leader. And then I'm playing 2 Dadan. I think this could potentially be a flex space. The biggest thing is there's only 12 Straw Hat targets, so it is very possible that you whiff your search. We're also only playing 10 2Ks, so you could potentially replace this with 2 more Sanji. If you want to get spicy, you could even play Jinbei, just because Jinbei also does minus and would be a searchable 2K off of Nami. But we're going to go ahead. I'm playing 2 Sanji. Again, you could really just play 4 and up your targets to increase your chances on hitting on Nami. And then I'm only playing 2 Marco. And this isn't even including OP08 cards, because we don't even know what comes out. We don't even know what kind of support there is, but just in my head, just thinking like with what we have right now, this is what comes to my mind. And so this is just because like a lot of decks can still just out this, so he isn't as strong. Still very strong because you don't have to worry about like Sakazuki in present format, just because he's banned, and the other one, like I'm not sure they've rolled it out yet, but I think it gives you a little bit more play with this. But again, Beko Baraya, all of those can just get rid of this. So don't love it. And a lot of decks can rest it. Amaru, things like that. We're also playing Lindbergh. We're playing 4 Lindbergh. Why? Because you have to be a multicolor leader to get a trigger. And all of a sudden we're playing yellow in red. Plus, he has an ability to, when he swings, he KOs if he's attacking at 7,000. And guess what our leader does? It minuses characters. And so I believe it's 3,000 power, but then you can KO at 5,000 power. So, like, again, Moria, all of them are 5Ks. So you could potentially do a lot of work with Lindbergh. I think Lindbergh is a huge win. Also playing the Marco, again, also pops like 3,000, but with leader ability on curve on 6, you're popping a 5K, which is very nice. Plus, he's semi-sticky because you can trash some events. Again, in this build, not playing a ton of events. I think there's a lot of room for flexibility, but we are still playing 4 blockers. We are playing the new Portgas Ace. This is an OP07 card. On play, you draw 2 cards, and similar to your Marco leader, you can place 2 on the top or bottom of your deck. So you can draw, and then you can set yourself up for a play. You're gonna draw next turn, so you could potentially put 1 card 2 down and just draw that 1 card, play your Sanji, and then spit out a new gate. Things like that. Plus, you can also again just like get the cycle going. Really just look for the cards you want to see. And of course, we're playing 4 Ace. You can play Ace off of Sanji. So on your 9 turn, if there is, Ace, because if you set it up with the 5-drop Ace, so if you go on your 7 turn, you play this Ace, you swing 7, you stack 2 deep, you stack the Ace. And then you're like, okay, cool. Then you draw the 1, and your next turn you play Sanji, you play Ace, and you're swinging 5-7 while also establishing a 9 body. So that's an option if you don't see the new gate. But of course, we do want to see the new gate is the strongest one. I could see the argument to play Whitebeard Pirates just to see the new gate, but it's just as important to see the Sanji because that combo is just so much stronger. So much stronger. But it does require 10 Dawn. Unless you set it up with the Ace. So the Ace lets you set it up. I could see you playing just 4 Ace, to be honest. But I am, of course, still a fan of Marco because against something like Yamato in the early game can really keep their aggro off you unless they have it. So big fan of that. But, of course, you got to remember, too, Red-Purple Law is heavily prevalent. So like popping these 5Ks with like Lindbergh and Marco can also be detrimental because they're playing a ton of 5Ks and most of their bodies are. So you get a lot of removal options, plus you get ace that rush into them. So this could be the end of red purple law too, just with the powerhouse, because you got Newgate, you just minus anything, boom, you're KOing. Whatever you swing into, you're gonna take because they run out of resources and they can't swing up. So this could be the downfall of the red purple law era. But we of course also for radical beam, just because we want to search target, we're a 4 life leader, so we're probably gonna go to 2 really quickly. And so this should almost always be live. And then also jet pistol, you love the trigger. You also, it's searchable, and with the leader ability, you can make it -5. But yeah, I think this is a solid idea of the direction you can take that would see success for Marco. I'm super excited for this leader. Words cannot describe it. Just because, you know, I'm a big on the Whitebeard Pirates. That's my first, you know, that's Marco. It's my guy. I look forward to OP08. Let me know what you guys think of this leader. Is it Sakazuki 2.0 in the comments below? And as always, if you found this content of value, if you could do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It'll help me out a ton. Thank you.